Hey, what is going on, guys? This is Vinny Hart here, and welcome back to Vinny Hart's Literature Club, or the Homeschool. I don't remember what I call it. Anyway, guys, last week we read some books. That was the thing that happened. Did you read the books? You better have, because otherwise you're gonna be in big trouble. I'm gonna get somebody to come down there, and I'm gonna get them. You're gonna get in big trouble. Anyway, the point is that we read books. Hopefully you read books too. Let me know in the comments what you thought of those books. If you did read them, or if you didn't read them, you should read this month's book. But before we get to those, we're gonna talk about last month's, because that's what we do here on the Literature Club. So first off, I actually started out. First book I read was Good to Great, which was the non-fiction book that we read last month. It was actually a really interesting read. It was written really well. Jim Collins did a really good job. He actually had an entire team that did the research for this book, so you can tell it's really well researched. But also the guy knows how to write books, which is always good when you have a team that is good at researching, and then a guy who can write a book that is actually fun to read. He did a really good job on this one. I really don't have any complaints with it that I can think of off the top of my head. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just give this a 5 out of 5 stars, because it was a fun read and I definitely recommend checking it out. The next book I read I cannot find for some reason. I finished reading it and there's people in my house. It was a homeschool family, what do you expect? But anyway, somebody took off with it. But that one was, of course, The Princess and Kirby, not to be mistaken with The Princess and Kirby, which was a majority of Smash Brothers for the Wii. This book was written by George MacDonald. Was a really fun read. I wish I had it, because I wanted to read like a quote from it, because it is really cleverly written. You can just tell a difference. Like, even when something's well written nowadays, it doesn't have that English charm of, like, British authors from back in the day. Technically speaking, George MacDonald was actually, I believe he was Scottish. But it's the same kind of thing. They had a lot of the same kind of styles when it came to their writing, like with their humor and their narratives and everything. But yeah, the only real complaint I have about that book, like the only criticism I would give, is that a lot of it, like as a kid I didn't notice it, but now that I'm older I see, a lot of these, like a lot of the Christian allegorical aspects of this book are really on the nose. It's really obvious to see. As a kid obviously I didn't notice it, but now that I'm grown up, it's kind of easier to see, and that's to be expected. It's not bad, of course. Like, even if you were an atheist, it wouldn't be like, oh, this is Christian, so it's not enjoyable. It's still an enjoyable read, no matter what faith you are. But it is pretty easy to see, what ideas the book is trying to get across, which is totally fine. It's not really anything wrong with that, in my opinion. I don't know. What do you think? You tell me. Last but not least, well, probably least. I didn't give that rating. Hang on. I give the Princess and Kirby. We'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. We'll give it that. Third and last book we read last month was Skink No Surrender. This is kind of a kid's book. It has some minor swears that I didn't remember because they were scribbled out of our copy because we're a homeschool family. But yeah, keep that in mind if you're a young person and you don't like that kind of stuff. This book does have that, but I still would recommend it. It's a really interesting read for a kid's book. It's well written. It's well written for a kid's book as well. Yeah, and it almost seems like this is supposed to be like the beginning of a series. I don't know if Carl Hajan, or whatever his name is pronounced. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if he's planning on writing more Skink books. I kind of hope so, because this was a really interesting read. The character's really interesting. Obviously a lot of it is like, I guess my complaint with this book is obviously it's written like American novel. It's written like a kid's book. It's not a big deal. But at the same time, there's a lot of aspects of it that I feel like it's kind of unbelievable. Like for the girl to run off with a guy she met online, that happens, and a lot of times it turns out to be a bad deal, and that's cool and all. But then you have the boy does the same thing with the guy when he goes to rescue the girl, and it's kind of just like, what, we just came across it. That's not a good thing to do, and now he's running off with somebody. Granted, it wasn't a guy he met online, but still, it was it didn't make it sound like, I don't think that's the best decision in the world. I wouldn't recommend any kids doing that. But at the same time, it did make for an interesting story. So we'll let it slide and give it a 4 out of 5 stars. Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, those were last month's picks. Sorry if my voice sounds a little off, by the way. I actually have a bit of a cold going on right now, but you know, the show must go on. We gotta get these literature club episodes, cause you know we can't miss this month, cause I need to get back on the roll. I need to get on the roll again. So our first one, of course, comes from a suggestion on the Discord server. Join the Discord server if you haven't already. We do some suggestions there. This was suggested quite a few months ago, actually, by the Dinosaur Planet. He's a big Oz fan, and I realized it's been a long time since I read the Oz series. So we're gonna read the first one, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is actually considered by many to be like the only good one in the Oz series, and if I remember it correctly, I kind of see why. My personal favorite was Ozma of Oz, but just because I thought Ozma was a really cute character, and you know, I was like, I must have been like, I don't know. I was entering puberty when I read this series at least a second time. When I read it for real. When I was a kid, I just kind of skimmed through and didn't really get much of the story. And then Luke would be like, dude, this part of the book. And I was like, I don't remember that part. And I must have skipped through it too fast. I still do that sometime now. It's an old habit. But anyway, when I was like, I must have been 12 when I reread the books for real. And so yeah, it's understandable that, you know, if there was a cute girl character, 12-year-old me would be all into that. But yeah, we're gonna be reading this and seeing if it still holds up from when I was a kid. Hopefully it does, because I remember really liking this series. Not this one in particular. I don't know why, but like, I don't know. I think like now that I'm an adult, I'll only like this one and I won't like the rest of the Oz series. Maybe we'll read the rest of them. Let me know if that'd be a thing you guys think would be cool to do. It'd take a long time because there's like, I feel like there's like 12 of them in total. That'd be worse than trying to read the whole Chronicles of Narnia. That would actually not be a bad idea, doing one a month. That'd take up over half the year. Woo! So yeah, the Wizard of Oz. Everyone has this book. So go, you have no excuse but to read it. So do it. Do it. Our second one comes from the infamous Tim Schmoyer from Video Creators. He recommends this book quite a lot, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it, and so I got it, and I was like, whoa, that cover is weird, but you know what, that's okay, because it's what's in the book that's important, or whatever, I don't know. So yeah, this book is called Primal Branding. It was written by Patrick Hanlon, and it's basically talking about the different brands and how they created branding that, you know, became recognizable, and how it works, the whole scientific mental ideas of how to make a brand that sells. So yeah, YouTube branding is really important these days, so naturally this would be a must read for me, and so I finally picked it up and we're reading it here on the Literature Club, and you can too if you're going to be part of the Literature Club. Leave a like if you're going to read these books. Please leave likes anyway. Just leave likes whether you're going to read the books or not anyway. But yeah, I'm going to be reading through that, and who knows, maybe reading through that will give me some new ideas for how I run the Homeschooled Nerd channel. Who knows? Probably not much for the Homeschooled Nerd Plays channel. I tend to just let this channel do whatever, which, you know, in some cases works pretty well. Last but certainly not least, we're reading my favorite book of all time, Treasure Island. Can you even believe it? This is the illustrated version, if I remember correctly. Is it? If you look here, I'm going to cover up the phone number because my mom still has the phone number. My brother has his name there. This book belongs to Luke Hine. Remember when books used to do that? That was cool. But yeah, this is my favorite book as a kid, favorite book as a tween, favorite book as a teen. Hopefully it'll be my favorite book now that I'm almost 21, so I guess I'm an adult now. Woo-hoo. Bonus points, if you guys want to, you can check out Disney's movie Treasure Planet, which is like a spiritual adaptation of this book. I know there's like a movie Treasure Island. It sucks. Don't watch it. This book is way better than that will ever be. But Treasure Planet actually does some things better than this book does, and so if you guys want to watch that movie and read the book, I will be back next month during the Literature Club, and maybe I'll explain some of the things that the film did better than the book when I give it my Homeschooled Nerd critique. But yeah, anyway guys, that's this month's pick. I'm super excited to be getting to reading. It's actually believe it or not been super helpful, you know, taking the time in the morning to kind of read through these books. You know, it just helps. I believe it's really beneficial. I know I sound like your mom. It's good to read, but believe it or not, it really is. I really been finding it helpful, especially with my kind of, I guess you call ADD kind of tendencies. I don't know if I'm actually ADD. but sometimes it seems like I am. But yeah, this is actually been helping me focus, helping me do better at working, helping me do better when I'm at home working on projects, when I'm trying to edit and focus, you know, kind of getting your mind practicing to, you know, sit still and do the same thing for a longer period. It's really helpful, especially as much as I've tend to, you know, jump from thing to thing, what with YouTube and everything. That's kind of the culture that's come up. But yeah, this has been fun for me, and if you guys enjoy it, well, I'll keep doing it, and I'm gonna keep doing it at least for this year. I'll probably keep doing it next year as well. We'll just see how it goes. But anyway, yeah, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next month with another episode of Literature Club, as well as new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday here on Homeschooled Plays. Bye bye.